For pain in multiple spots like here, here, or here, Salonpas patches stick firmly and remove comfortably once your pain is gone. Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Time with your family is sacred. As a lawyer, I know how an injury can change all of that in an instant. Call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy, 706-724-7224.
Mornings.
When you get approached from somebody about your commercial roof, you want to make sure that they have the proper license. Because if you let them start that project, and in the middle of that project, the county drives by, LLR drives by, they can stop that project in the middle. So we're certified with all the major manufacturers to be able to offer all the best warranties. That includes all the necessary inspections and protection.
At Hickson, no matter if it's your business or your property, we're here to protect your investment. I'm David Hickson, and if your roof needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson.
Insurance companies.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Huggins Peel. Introducing the Parker's Fleet Card for professional drivers and business owners. Apply now. Make the switch to Parker's Fleet and start saving today. Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12, live at 5.
Good evening, I'm Meredith Anderson. Thanks for tuning in live at 5, now streaming live on WRDW+. First up tonight, Augusta leaders finally have their budget, but their decision to cut funding departments across the board to save money, that is causing plenty of frustration. Your city government reporter, Sydney Hood, joins us live from the newsroom in Sydney. The push to get a budget is over. Now the issue is putting it into action.
And with less money and fewer staff, departments are now narrowing their focus to what they are required to handle. And these are across the board. 5% is what departments have to cut. At the Richmond County Marshal's office, Marshal Ramon Lampkin says court-ordered work comes first. That includes evictions. And the video you are seeing was shared with us by the Marshal's office earlier this year. He says on average, they are serving 16 evictions a day. With a 5% cut, he says nuisance calls like overgrown lots or abandoned vehicles may take longer to address. The sheriff's office says it faces similar limits with position cuts. Sheriff Eugene Brantley told commissioners yesterday that fewer deputies may impact how the department deploys resources.
Hate to go backwards. So we've made a step in the right direction, and regardless of what what transpired, we still have a job to do, and we're going to do that to the best of our abilities.
When you cut, you kind of cutting everything, so everybody kind of takes a hit, and we just got to kind of revamp and see how can we still function in the future with what we have right now, do more with less.
And all departments have until the end of the year to adjust and meet that 5% cut they are facing. And coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll show you how these departments are trying to cover the gaps with fewer people.
Yeah, doing more with less. Thanks for that, Sydney. To weather now, your first alert meteorologist Emily Acton joins us live at 5 from the Weather Center. Emily.
Well, Meredith, we've had a really nice day for us here across the CSRA. Plenty of sunshine. We've warmed up into the low 60s, but temperatures are starting to drop as we're getting closer to sunset. We're going to see those temperatures drop into the 40s overnight tonight, but I've been saying this all afternoon. If you have any outdoor plans, maybe even just need to run some errands, tonight is a good night to do that. We're pretty comfortable, not tracking any rainfall. That cloud cover will start to increase, though. By 7 p.m., still staying in the 50s, 40s after that. So, again, as we go throughout the evening, those temperatures will start to drop, but nice and dry. That's going to be a different story tomorrow. That's why I said if you do have any outdoor plans, need to get those done this evening if you can. Again, tomorrow, widespread rain around our evening commute. We can expect to see some heavy rainfall for our area and even into early Friday morning. But by the weekend and into next week, looking much drier. We'll talk more about those rain chances, though, coming up.
All right, thanks for that, Emily. A week after an attack leaves a woman with severe chemical burns, Savannah's mayor is giving an update on the acid attack that has gotten national attention. The woman is now in Augusta. She's in our area, right at the Joseph M. Still Burn Center at Doctors Hospital. The mayor says authorities are using technology to find out more about the suspect who threw acid on her in Forsyth Park. But police have not identified who that person is yet. A person of interest was named over the weekend, but then cleared. The FBI is also involved now and are pinging cell phone locations to find out who was at the scene of the crime.
You need to know that, these phones, they're LoJacks. They can really tell a lot about your information. I remember a time where they used to triangulate phones and they could say whether you were like within 20 feet. Now they can talk about where you actually are.
Tonight, the FBI is offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. And other Savannah businesses, they are offering their own rewards to encourage people to speak up. As for the victim, she had to have emergency surgery after the attack and will need extensive follow-up care. Tonight, an Aiken County man faces murder charges for a shooting in Beach Island. 37-year-old Daryl Hogan is accused of killing 41-year-old Bobby Johnson Monday. It happened at the Circle K on Jefferson Davis Highway. Just before midnight Monday, deputies say they found Johnson dead at the scene. Arrest warrants say Hogan shot Johnson, which Hogan admitted to. The investigation into what happened still ongoing tonight. Aiken County investigators are ramping up efforts to solve a 5-year-old cold case out of Graniteville. A then 58-year-old Stanley Brown. It is flu and RSV season, and we're seeing these infections rise just a week before Christmas. Nationally, the CDC says COVID-19 is low this year, but the seasonal flu and acute respiratory illness, those are spreading. Thankfully, Georgia and South Carolina are spared the worst of the spreading so far. What you're seeing now, 2 maps from the CDC as of late last week showing both flu and RSV activity levels. However, the CDC warns both Georgia and South Carolina are seeing cases go up. Doctors say to keep an eye on what symptoms your child has if they get sick, because it can be hard to tell the difference between flu and RSV right away.
RSV will sound like they're kind of junky on their lungs and lots of mucus. Flu is more of a body ache, fever kind of illness, even though you have a little cough and congestion, but it's hard for a parent who is not medical to know the difference.
And as always, doctors say to keep up your usual hygiene, including washing hands and covering when you cough. And if you or your child have a fever, best to stay home. I know several people with the flu right now. It is going around. Still ahead, we are breaking down how South Carolina might be on the hook for hundreds of millions in SNAP benefits under the big, beautiful bill. Emily?
Well, looking at those temperatures overnight tonight, we're only cooling off into the low 40s, about 5 to 6 degrees warmer than where we should be this time of year. We are tracking rain, though. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
This is not you.
Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, we are tracking a wet day tomorrow, and that's going to start early in the morning. So your bus stop forecast is going to be a wet one. So make sure that you have the rain gear stepping out the door for the afternoon. Rainfall will still be here, more widespread though. We'll have a few moments of dry conditions for us throughout the first half of the day, but again, looking more widespread rain as we go throughout the afternoon and into our evening. So here's what we're looking at. Overnight tonight, not too bad, but here's around 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Starting to see that rain become a little bit more scattered like in pattern, and then widespread for our evening. So your evening commute tomorrow is looking pretty wet, and we could see a few thunders, or we could hear a few claps of thunder as well for your later afternoon and into the evening. Heavy rainfall is anticipated, and then we'll officially have that front moving through early Friday morning around 4 or 5 a.m. Should be out of here before most of us are getting out and about for our day, and that cloud cover will go along with it. So when it's all said and done, most of that rainfall is going to be Thursday, but just a little bit of rain early Friday before sunrise. We'll be out of here. Looking nice and dry for our weekend and even into next week, so not having any rainfall issues there. We are going to expect to see some breezy conditions, and I forgot to put a pause point there. We'll talk more about those breezy conditions, though, coming up, and also have a deeper look at your 7-day.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Emily. New federal rules for SNAP, the program that used to be called.
This season is about moments. Moments that shine. Moments that stay with us forever. At Windsor Fine Jewelers, every piece of jewelry is a promise, a celebration, a memory waiting to happen. This holiday, give a gift that tells your story. Give brilliantly, celebrate beautifully. Windsor Fine Jewelers.
Charleston, Atlanta, Savannah, and even Orlando. These are just a few of the cities that law firms have come from to advertise in the CSRA. When it comes to choosing a lawyer after an accident, local experience matters. Don't you want a law firm that has deep roots here? Well, that's my firm. I'm Austin Jackson. I've been helping accident victims in Augusta, Aiken, and the entire CSRA for over 10 years, and I'm ready to help you right now. Call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy, 706-724-7224.
I'll see one at the intersection.
Here's a look at the next 7 days. Tomorrow morning, wake-up temperatures will be in the low 40s, topping off in the 60s, though. So we will have a warm afternoon. Probably won't be able to enjoy it much, though, because we will be tracking some widespread rainfall for us. Starting off in the morning, not too bad. Around 5 a.m., a few hit-or-miss showers, becoming a little bit heavier as we go throughout our late afternoon into our evening, though. Widespread rain, even some heavy downpours at times, but should be clearing out for most of the overnight hours. We'll have a small line of showers moving through early Friday morning, but most of the day Friday will be dry. Plenty of sunshine for us as well, and that sunshine's going to continue. Check it out. Sunday is the official start of winter, and we're going to be in the upper 60s. That makes sense for us here down in the south. I can count many times that we have been in those 60s or 70s, and we're going to see the 70s for us as we go throughout the middle and end of next week, and that means Christmas. So things are looking warm here in the CSRA.
Hey, I'm not going to complain. If we can't have a white Christmas, we might as well not be cold. Thanks for that, Emily. As people get into the holiday spirit, we're hearing from some production companies that the movie making...
Well, we're looking at rainfall for the majority of the day tomorrow, but conditions are looking drier for your weekend. I'll have a look at your forecast coming up.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota.
How's she do that?
Get 3.49% APR for 36 months, plus $500 holiday bonus cash on a new 2026 Toyota Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
What's one word to describe life after a car accident? Chaotic. It's a never-ending list of to-dos unless you call the right lawyer, and then poof.
It only takes one call to take away the stress and chaos. Call me, Chris Hudson, from here for you.
With Bojangles' 8-piece family meal, you can treat your family to a delicious dinner that's easier on the wallet. 8 pieces of hand-breaded chicken, a range of fixins, scratch-made biscuits, and tea. Order yours tonight. It's bow time.
The bells are ringing loud with amazing holiday deals at Hamrick's Jingle Bell Sale. Get multi-pack socks, 3 packs for $10. Christmas items, 80% off. Select kitchen appliances, $15. Christmas gifts, ornaments, and more, only $8. Ladies' boot blowout, $16. Hanging throws, just $9. And assorted pet beds, starting at $6. Celebrate the magic and wrap up your list with big savings. The Jingle Bell Sale, only at Hamrick's.
Assembling foundation can devastate the value of your home or business. If you notice exterior cracks in brick or stucco, cracks in drywall, sloping floors, or a slab that has shifted and settled, don't wait. Call Ramjack for affordable and custom solutions for foundation damage. Ramjack can install our patented foundation piles to stop damaging settlement or provide foam injection services to lift and restore slabs and concrete. When it comes to your home's foundation, rely on the experts. Rely on Ramjack.
Trust Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale for your first alert.
Toyotathon is on. Discover holiday magic with a new Toyota. Awesome. Oh, Santa got my letter.
Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid LE for $309 a month for 36 months with $4308 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, looking at rain chances throughout the day tomorrow, starting off in the morning, few hit or miss showers, but as we go throughout the day, this is looking at 11 a.m., we will start to see that more widespread rain, and it will really increase for our evening commute tomorrow. Make sure that you are aware of that. Have the rain gear throughout the day, but you're really going to want it again tomorrow evening. And this is all due to a front moving through. That means breezy conditions for our Friday. We could see wind gusts anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. So expect breezy conditions by the end of the week. Good news is plenty of sunshine for us for the next 7 days. Once we get through tomorrow, temperatures will be warming up. Stick with us. We have more news and weather coming up.
Track Santa's sleigh across the CSRA on Christmas Eve, on air and on the News 1226 app. The Santa Tracker is sponsored by iCode.
Race your old sleigh in today. Over here at Augusta Mitsubishi. Trade it in for a new Outlander. Come on down here to 3145 East Orchard Road. We got all the deals. You can push it in, pull it in, or have your reindeer tow it in. Only down here at Augusta Mitsubishi today. Powered by deals, fueled by freedom.
Join us in remembering the loved ones we have been lost.
Get into the spirit of the holiday.
The sale starts now. Only here at Augusta Mitsubishi. We got 0% for 60 months on all our 2025 model vehicles. Come on down here to 3145 East Orchard Road and go see Super Day today. Augusta Mitsubishi. Powered by deals, fueled by freedom.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Huggins Peel.
At Parker's Kitchen, get our new breakfast meal deal: a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, a hot coffee, and a crispy hash brown for just $5.99 at Parker's Kitchen.
You're watching News 12 live at 5. Continues.
Live at 5, some big news for the future of Richmond County schools. Josie High School, one of the oldest schools in Richmond County, is among several others facing closures within the next year. Thanks for watching News 12 Live at 5 on WRDW, now streaming live on WRDW+. I'm Meredith Anderson. Just last night, the Board of Education approved 3 public hearings for the master plan. It calls for a new college and career academy. Your Audrey Dickerber is live at 5 in the studio. Audrey, what do we know so far?
Well, no official decisions have been made. They voted to hold public hearings in January that will lead to a final decision in February. But if it's approved, it will affect where your kids go to school, even if they don't attend Murphy or Josie. The school district sent us the presentation from last night. Here's what we know. Here are some of the potential changes it is recommending for the 2026-2027 school year. The development of a new college and career academy for high school students, set to open in the school year 2028 and 2029 at the Josie High School and Murphy Middle School campus, causing the schools to close at the start of the 2026 and 2027 school year. There would be different clusters such as cosmetology, IT, hospitality, agriculture, and more. But while this would be under construction, students currently attending Josie and Murphy would switch schools in the meantime. Some students would go to Langford Tutt Middle or ARC, others Hornsby Middle and Laney and Richmond Hill and Butler. You're looking at a map of what that would be like now. But these aren't the only schools that are impacted by this.
Yeah, there's some changes that are coming to a list of schools.
Right. They, like we also mentioned, there could be potentially closing Barton Chapel Elementary School at the end of this 2025-2026 school year, consolidating with Glen Hills Elementary, and also potentially closing Jenkins White Elementary. And we'll have more on that on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
And we know parents will have a lot to say about these old schools. Thanks for that update, Audrey. You can share your concerns and ask questions at upcoming public hearings, which no doubt will be packed. The first one will be January 15th at Josie. It's at 6 p.m. The next one, January 26th at Barton Chapel Elementary at 6 p.m. as well. The last hearing will be January 27th at the Board of Education at noon. Something else we're keeping our eye on this evening. Oh, look at those lows. The weather. They're not as bad as they have been, but let's check in with your first alert meteorologist, Emily Acton, with what you need to know.
Yeah, I'm much more comfortable with those lows than what we saw earlier this week. So looking a little bit more comfortable as we continue throughout our work week. This evening, not too bad. We'll see that cloud cover start to increase, but dry conditions for us, and temperatures still in the 50s at 7 p.m. We'll drop off into the 40s after that and eventually see those low 40s overnight tonight, right around that 43-degree mark, which is a little bit above average for this time of year. Again, we will see that cloud cover starting to increase and those rain chances really starting to pick up early tomorrow morning. That's going to last throughout the day. So again, we're seeing showers starting at as early as 5 a.m., but lasting throughout the afternoon, looking pretty heavy for your evening commute. I'll have a look, though, at what we can expect time-wise and what we can expect, again, intensity of that rain coming up.
All right, thanks for that, Emily. New live at 5, we're learning about 2 newly proposed data centers in Columbia County. We have new details tonight in a police chase that turned deadly for a moped driver in Augusta. It happened early yesterday morning on Olive Road and Gordon Highway. We first brought you this story as breaking news last night. Georgia State Patrol says deputies stopped 53-year-old Johnny Brown for a traffic violation. He was the driver of the moped. State troopers say Brown then drove off, leading deputies on a chase. Brown later crashed into a building where officials say he was unresponsive at the scene, and the passenger had life-threatening injuries. Both were sent to the hospital, where Brown later died. We don't know the condition of the passenger at this hour. Take a good look at your screen. Richmond County deputies are searching for Ashley Kitchens tonight. Deputies say that she left her home on Center West Parkway on December 10th. She then showed up at a relative's home in Waynesboro on December 12th. Then later that day, officials say she showed up at a home on Lake Michigan Drive in search of a place to stay. She has not been seen since. We're told Kitchen suffers from some mental health issues. She's known to hang around Washington Road and trailer parks on New Carline Road and Ulm Road. If you see her, please contact the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. We're on your side with a safety alert live at 5. Health experts are warning the upstate measles outbreak could get worse as the holiday travel season ramps up again. Just yesterday, the South Carolina Department of Public Health confirmed 9 new cases. The total number of cases now in that upstate outbreak is now at 135. South Carolina state epidemiologist says she expects measles cases to worsen.
What we might see in the coming holidays with Christmas and throughout the holiday season, we can't predict how that will look similar to the Thanksgiving holiday, but we recognize that we do still have a large number of people in quarantine, and we expect that we will see further cases from those currently in quarantine.
Officials say right now there are 168 people in quarantine and 1 now in isolation in South Carolina. We have an update to the ongoing Broad Street Improvement Project. The portion between St. Sebastian Way and 13th Street is now paved. This is what it looks like now. Some progress. As you can see, some lanes are still closed as crews finish work there. The entire Broad Street Improvement Project is expected to finish near the end of 2028, so we've still got a ways to go on this one, folks. Just ahead, we're going to downtown Edgefield, where the party hasn't stopped in the Peach Fields. The state champions still soaking it all in front of the fans who call Edgefield home.
And looking at our temperatures tomorrow, we're warming up into the 60s despite the rainfall. We'll talk more about the timing of that rain coming up.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
Join us right here on WRDW News 12 at 11 a.m. for Warren A Way of Life. Visit us anytime online at warren.church for more information.
If you're not regularly treating your septic tank, you're risking a backup and significant repairs. Use Wrdw once a month. Simply add and flush to reduce monthly waste buildup by up to 20% and help prevent backups. Try Wrdw.
Can you see the difference? Neither can we.
Your kids already inherited your ears, allergies, and questionable singing voice. Don't make them inherit your final expense tab, too.
Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, we're tracking rainfall for your Thursday. Early in the morning, we can expect to see a few hit or miss showers turning widespread throughout the afternoon. So have that rain gear with you as you step out the door tomorrow and keep it close by. You're going to need it throughout the day. And again, our evening really looking to be that widespread heavy rainfall. And that means your evening commute tomorrow. But here's what we're looking at. Starting off early in the morning, around 6:30, a few light showers here and there. That'll continue through about midday before turning more widespread as we get into our evening. So here's when things are getting a little bit heavier. Good to hear a couple rumbles of thunder as well, but tracking that large mass of rain as we move throughout the second half of our day tomorrow. And then we'll have a few light showers moving in early Friday morning. That's the end of the front pushing through, and we'll be nice and dry and clear throughout the rest of the day Friday. So plenty of sunshine in store for the end of the week and into our weekend. Just have to get through those rain chances tomorrow, and that's really the only day we can expect to see rain. Again, those few light showers early Friday morning before sunrise will be out of here, but things are looking nice and dry throughout the weekend and throughout the start of next week. But with fronts moving through, that means breezy conditions. Here's a look at those wind gusts potentially early Friday morning. We can expect to see 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts. So if you do have any Christmas decorations that maybe could get blown away, any of those blow up Christmas decorations, make sure those are secure before you go to bed tomorrow night. It will be windy throughout the first half of our Friday, but things are looking a little bit better as we get into our evening. But here's just a little sneak peek of our forecast. We'll talk more about the next 7 days coming up.
All right, thanks, Emily. On to sports now. The high school football season may have wrapped, but the state champions will long be celebrated. It's why they are shutting down downtown Edgefield tonight. That's where Alyssa Lyons is. Who's coming to the square, Alyssa?
Yeah, every inch of this square is filled with Rebels fans celebrating the first state championship team in 20 years. You have to pull out all the stops because there is now a whole new generation of Rebel fans that know what it feels like to be a part of a state championship run. Just take a look at this video from the start of the month when they beat Hampton County in the 2A state final. Just joy and a sense of relief that they were finally able to do it. Even Andrew Webb there being able to complete the run with the same team that he started with just 4 years ago. And what he's been able to accomplish is something special. These are his guys. But, you know, there is a double-edged sword when you have a state championship run. Now there is a new sense of urgency. They've got a taste of it, and now this group will be hungry for years to come to have that same feeling return back to this community. I mean, just the number of people here waiting for this team to come through. They are getting that police escort. We should have eyes on them within the next 10 minutes. But we do have some GIAA news for you. Westminster is moving back to 11-man football after spending the last 8 in 8-man. The Wildcats compiled a 63-17 record in the smaller field, winning 2 GIAA state championships and 3 state runner-up finishes. Westminster expects they'll be competing in Class 3A when that official class realignment comes out on Friday. Hopefully, it comes with a little less mileage for them, too.
We're just a larger school than a lot of these schools that we have been competing against. They're all in the, really more in the south part of the state, southern part of the state. And we're starting to look at travel times that are 3.5 hours one way for games. And that just really becomes a negative for our student athletes on being able to be the student piece of that student athlete.
Who knows, maybe they'll schedule a 2A non-conference game with Strom-Thurmond. They should be here in just a few minutes, but we do have Jet Middle School in Meriwether celebrating their mock trial teams up on stage just behind me. You can't see, it's a little dark, but give them a round of applause if you're watching from your couch. We'll have more coming up in the next half hour.
An exciting time during an exciting season because they're also looking forward to getting out of school for the Christmas holiday. Thanks for that update, Alyssa.
If the Christmas stocking is the last thing they check, stuff it with more than something like fruit and candy. I'm Jamie Tucker, coming up with some gifts small enough for a stocking, but big enough to be their favorite gadget of the year.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group. At Brookell, it's...
When you get approached from somebody about your commercial roof, you want to make sure that they have the proper license. Because if you let them start that project, and in the middle of that project, the county drives by, LLR drives by, they can stop that project in the middle. So we're certified with all the major manufacturers to be able to offer all the best warranties. that includes all the necessary inspections and protection.
At Hickson, no matter if it's your business or your property, we're here to protect your investment. I'm David Hickson, and if your roof needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson.
Start your engine.
I'm 8th generation watermelon farmer and NASCAR driver Ross Chastain. And one thing's for sure, racing with professional drivers requires me to use my melon. So if you've had a drink after a long day at work or celebrated a little too much, always surrender those keys to a sober designated driver. So you should never mix drinking with any kind of driving, and that's using your melon.
A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Ho, ho, ho! This year I'm riding in style with Kart King. That's right, Santa. This holiday season, let Kart King help out with that wish list.
Come check out our new and used cars from brands like Club Car, Denago, or Dodge. Or maybe you want to revamp that old car. Here at Kart King, we can do it all.
Remember, Santa shops at Kart King, and you should too. Ho, ho, ho! See you at Kart King. Merry Christmas!
Here's a look at the next 7 days for us. Tomorrow morning, not too bad of a start. In the low 40s, but we will see a few isolated showers early in the morning, turning widespread as we go throughout our day. So have the rain gear with you as you step out the door. By the time we hit around 1 p.m., that's when we'll start to see that widespread rainfall. And this will impact your evening commute as well. Not going to be anything severe, but again, some intense rainfall at times. Should be clearing out late overnight. We'll have a quick downpour early Friday morning. But once we get into the sunrise, that's when things will dry out, turning completely sunny for the afternoon. A little bit breezy, though, throughout your Friday. Conditions are looking nice and dry Saturday, Sunday. Sunday's the official start of winter, and we're kicking it off in the upper 60s for your high temperature. And things are kind of fluctuating between the low 60s and even low 70s. By the middle of next week. I'll have another look at your forecast, though, coming up.
All right, thanks, Emily. The Christmas countdown is on with just 9 days left before kids and adults will be opening their gifts under the tree. You might think tech gifts are too big to wrap, but your consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker rounds up some tech gadgets so small they'll fit in a Christmas stocking.
My kids used to never check their stocking, and who can blame them? It's hard to get excited over a piece of fruit or a pack of lifesavers. But when I started stuffing them with small tech gadgets, their stocking never gets overlooked. First up, a TikTok famous gadget for scrollers. A wireless scrolling ring lets you flip through reels and pages without touching the phone. Great on a treadmill or in bed with a Kindle. They're under 15 bucks. One of my favorite gadgets of the year is a phone grip. The O-Snap grip snaps onto any phone without the bulk of a pop socket. Now, the ring pops out when you need it and clicks back when you don't. O-Snap also has these tiltable magnetic mounts for the car to keep the phone off your lap. When the phone's light isn't bright enough, a bolder rechargeable flashlight is what they need. Small enough for a purse or glove box and bright enough at 900 lumens to light up a room. For the backyard, a thermopin meat thermometer gives lightning fast readings. Some models even check infrared temperatures for skillets and griddles. Everyone needs a portable battery, maybe more than one. These come in all shapes and sizes. Some attach magnetically to phones. Others have built-in cords and are powerful enough to charge a laptop. And if they have one, consider one of these 3-in-1 charging cables as an add-on. One cable that works for almost any device. And if they're always on the go, a portable solid-state hard drive adds 2 to 4 terabytes of storage to their laptop. Prices have dropped a lot this year. Or go smaller with a high-capacity flash drive. Small gadgets, big surprises, and no more empty stockings. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Before you toss out your real Christmas tree, listen up. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers wants them for Thurman Lake. Every year, the Corps recycles the trees to use them as fish habitats. In Georgia, you can drop off your live tree at the Amity Day Use Area or the Keg Creek Boat Ramp. In South Carolina, take your tree to the Dorn Boat Ramp area and the Parksville Day Use Area. All decorations, including tinsel and lights, must be removed before drop-off, and yes, again, they have to be real trees. Just off Charleston's coast, a long-abandoned Navy vessel, once an environmental hazard, has been given a second chance of life.
Well, temperatures overnight tonight cooling off into the low 40s, and we're going to start to see some rain early tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about those rain chances coming up.
Break your old sleigh in today. Over here at Augusta Mitsubishi. Trade it in for a new Outlander. Come on down here to 3145 Peach Orchard Road. We got all the deals. You can push it in, pull it in, or have your reindeer tow it in. Only down here at Augusta Mitsubishi today. Powered by deals, fueled by freedom.
A serious crash can lead.
The sale starts now. Only here at Augusta Mitsubishi. We got 0% for 60 months on all our 2025 model vehicles. Come on down here to 3145 Peach Orchard Road and go see Super Days today. Augusta Mitsubishi. Powered by deals, fueled by freedom.
Georgia high school students making a joyful noise ahead of a huge performance.
Well, I'm excited, ready to go. I'm ready to play the drum. I'm ready to hit the crap out of the drum. Dance with some babies, whatever I have to do in London to get the crowd going.
Come from humble beginnings, starting off our season a couple of years ago, some tragic ways, but we came back, and that's the kind of story we're trying to portray to the world, let people know that you can rise from the ashes.
And we wish them the best. The students leave for London December 27th. Emily.
That's awesome. They're going to remember that forever, talk about that forever. That's a really cool trip that they're getting to do. Looking at our rain chances throughout the day tomorrow, early in the morning, not too bad. But once we hit around noon, that's when we'll start to see those rain chances increase. And our evening commute tomorrow is looking pretty wet. Some heavier pockets of rainfall, maybe even a couple rumbles of thunder, but everything below severe limits. And this is all due to a front moving through, and that's going to mean some breezier conditions for your Friday. 20, 25, and even up to 30 mile per hour wind gusts are possible throughout the day Friday, and that's going to start even early in the morning for us. So just know it is going to be breezy. It'll be breezy for your morning commute Friday. Once we get into the end of the afternoon, though, conditions will calm down. The sun will come out. Beautiful Friday in store. Saturday, not looking too bad either. Sunny and 63. The official start of winter is Sunday, and we'll be in the upper 60s for us. But check out Christmas Eve, right around that 70-degree mark. So it's going to be warm for our holiday.
We'll take it. Thanks for that, Emily, and thanks for joining us for News 12 Live at 5, News 12 at 6 o'clock. Coming up next.
This is not you.
It's not me.